Welcome back, everybody. Hopefully, everybody's enjoying this lovely Monday. Hopefully, everyone had a great weekend. It was a beautiful weekend here in New York. Had a lot of fun this weekend. Took out the boat. We had a little beach party. Took out some jet skis. Made a barbecue on our own private little beach over there here on Long Island. It was great. But that's what we make money for. This is what we train for. We train to go out there and enjoy today's lives. That's what we look to do. We go out there and enjoy our weekends, and then obviously come here, work about an hour a day, and and hopefully probably because anyone wants to do it, you can do it in the afternoon too. But it's a new day, it's a new week. Today is a very, very important day because today is the last day of the pay period. That alone should bring alarms. It's not a new week. It's the last day of the pay period. Unfortunately, it ends on a Monday. This rarely happens out of the year. Over the 12 months, I think there's one of several that not even that many, maybe twice a year probably happens. But you got to be careful. A lot of brokerage firms don't want to blow up their accounts and get themselves in trouble in August. They want to put it in the books. They want to come out clean, and then they're going to go out there and we're going to start trading. But the stock BOXL did really good for us this morning. Let me kind of blow this up a little bit bigger. The people on YouTube and Facebook Live could see a little bit better. But this stock right here, the BOXL, we're going to talk a little bit about it. This stock was an actual great pop right here. A lot of you did really well and in pre-market. And I'll tell you why the stock came down exactly at $2 for everyone who doesn't know. So we're going to come back and check that out. So don't go anywhere. We're going to cover that. But let's talk about what happened on Friday. So Friday, listen, I always like to talk about what happened the week before because some of you are new here to CyberTradingu University. I know we have a lot of new trial members that are going to be joining us this week. We had a really big event last week. I'm telling you, I've been bumping into a lot of my friends, at the supermarkets, at the beach, on the street. Some are doing very well. Some are hurting really, really bad. And everybody's biggest concern is they want to know, hey, how's business? I mean, especially someone that owns his own business, like myself. And they're asking me like I was talking to an insurance guy, one of my friends of mine is a big insurance broker. He says, Fausto, people are canceling policies left and right in New York. He runs a big insurance company here. He says, everybody's canceling. He says, how you doing? He was actually a buddy of mine. I used to cook with at the him and I were like this with my kids do crew. So his daughter did crew. My sons do crew. So we were like the top the barbecue guys that cooked for over 100 kids there. And I bumped into him at the supermarket, and he goes, and he knows I'm a big. We own a trading company in a trading business. He says, "Wow, you guys." I mean, it was the first thing came to mind. Fausto, was you. He goes, because I'm seeing the market because he trades. He goes, you guys must be doing okay. I go, I said, we're not doing okay. We're doing great. And he says everybody wants to get into trading. It's been a great experience. We're finding out a lot of people, but getting back to what we're going to talk about, what I'm going to talk about Friday is that, and I know, and I say this to everybody, we get hundreds of people that register every week to come join CyberTradingu University, not tens, hundreds, sometimes thousands. And we come out in point blank. I'm so excited about your excitement to get into this business, but a lot of you really don't qualify to do it. Now, there are companies out there that will accept you, and all they care about is their residual. You know what I mean? And eventually you'll get yourself in trouble. You got to be careful with getting involved in this business. I know we have a lot of new trial members. And I want to kind of repeat that again. And a lot of you here could probably, could confess to it. We turn so many people. Actually, 90% of the people that come to CyberTradingu University, we turn you away because if I didn't, I would have 2,000-3,000 people in the room. Everybody's like, I don't understand. Like, you don't want you. First of all, you can't be in a room like that because just chaos. No one's going to support you, and all they're going to do is drown you with videos. Okay, this is a serious job. If you're not willing to take it seriously, and if you're not very well funded, if you're not really set up, it's not for you. And don't worry, that's what the whole purpose of the trial. So I'm bringing that up because I know we have a lot of people starting this week, and there's no better week than to start this week because September and October, November are always the busiest times of the year. You don't want to learn at the busiest times. You want to learn and get ready to profit from it. And so anyway, thanks everybody. If you're new here to CyberTradingu University, welcome aboard. And once again, if you're on YouTube, Facebook Live, and you want to find out more, find out the real truth, and then you'll know why we've been in business for 25 years and why we've been endorsed by more brokerage firms, anyone in the industry. And we got a AAA Better Business Bureau, which is the most important, and also 5-star Google rating. Because listen, there's a lot of people out there, but there's a lot of shit out there too. You got to be careful who you're doing business with. You'd rather someone tell you the truth than just try to take your money. And that's the whole point about it. So we got a lot of new traders today that are joining us. So listen, if you're new here to Cyber Trade University, you're going to be in the Cyber Group room. Just sit back, watch. Please do not trade anything we're doing. This is a trading room. This is not a teaching room. And we want to make sure you know exactly what's going on and why we're getting in and out of it. Once again, you're not going to see me sit behind my nice Maserati and my Range Rover and brag about I'm going to go for a ride and, hey, look at that. Listen, that's not what it's about, okay? There's no show-offs here. It's one of the biggest things that we do. And it's all about just seeing, hey, could you go out and buy your own car? Could you buy your own Range Rover? Could you buy your own Maserati? Could you go out there and buy your own Rolex watch? You know what I mean? So don't look and count our money. Look and see if other people make money in it. And that's the most important thing, okay? Now, let's go back and talk about what happened on Friday, because we did have listen, I say this all the time, I know that a lot of you guys bought the Cyber Mouse, and I always kind of bring this up, tells you the best times and worst times, but there's also best times of the day to trade. And like Fridays, I told you that Friday afternoons are actually pretty good. I don't like trade Friday mornings. I don't know. For some reason, you go into a weekend, you get a bad taste in your mouth. A lot of people are going away, but Friday afternoons actually did pretty well. There were a couple of good stocks that did have some good moves, and one of them was the EDSA. Let me bring that up right there. And let me just change the chart here so you can see a little bit what happened on Friday. So you can see here right around 3:30, this stock had a really nice push. It went from 650 all the way to about almost 850. It was a great run up. Nice move, nice little trend. Stock did beautiful. A lot of you guys made some good money on that. You buy 1,000 shares of this. This is why I hate people that talk about options. Like, why? Because a lot of people think they can't afford to trade stocks. If you bought, let's just say 500 shares of that stock, 500 shares, that's about a $3,000 investment, all right? In less than an hour and a half, if you made $1 on that, that's $1 on 500 shares. You do the math. What is that? $1 on 500 shares is $500. There's your 6-figure salary right there. You didn't have to make, $2 on it. You just had to make 50 cents. By the way, for all the cyber traders in here, you could see this stock had great Fausto flags. This stock was pretty easy to kind of find out there. Let me bring up another one. Did I bring this one up here? Yeah. There we go. So this is another one that was moving. The FTSI. That one also had a really big pop, but it came back down. And I want to bring up a question, because Leo in the Cyber Group room said this earlier. And I said, Leo, I want to share this with everyone in the trading room. What helps prevent you from getting out too soon? Well, like you said, you answered your own question. It's experience, and with experience and being a student, Leo, being part of Cyber Trade University, you just started. So, you only been in, you're doing pretty well, but you just started. The big thing that you got to do, Leo, is make sure you're doing some of your coachings that you get. And, with experience of being in classes, you just get better at it. It's like, what's the difference between me starting my diet a month in and where will I be a year out? Okay. We all know the answer to that. A lot of it is experience. As long as you love what you do, you'll be very successful at it. But yes, experience does have a lot to do with it. RKT was another one that had a really nice move. Now I'm throwing RKT back on the watch list. Now, remember I told you this on in class. You want to be a good swing trader, you damn well better learn how to day trade first, because what happens over the course of the day what trickles into a swing trade. You don't do the backwards, okay? And everyone keeps thinking, oh, day trading is very risky. It's the least riskiest thing out there. I don't know why people keep saying that. You get to sleep at night. You don't have to worry about any headaches. If you missed anything, big deal. You know what I mean? Only you got cash in the bank, okay? When you start swing trading, how many of you guys are all of a sudden, you start counting your chickens before they hatch, and all of a sudden, I don't understand. Honey, we're going to, you tell your spouse, yeah, we're going to go buy that new car. Then all of a sudden, maybe we should reconsider, or maybe we should reconsider doing the kitchen now. What happened? I thought we were doing great. Yeah, that stock that I bought tanked. You don't make any money until you sell the stock. Okay. But But how you get into a swing trade is you look at a stock like RKT. You guys remember this stock, the stock we've been trading it. It was an IPO. We saw it tank down to 18, 19. I know some of you guys jumped in around 22, 24. And look at that. Now you're doing a good swing trade. So, but it's got to break that all-time highs down. But that's my biggest concern right now. We've got to break that all-time highs. But that's how you basically learn how to get into a swing trade versus a day trade. And you know what's pretty cool? Play's another one. Had a really big push. Dave & Buster's Entertainment, you know, it's a gaming store that kids play games at. But looks like, I mean, they took a big hit. All these companies like Six Flags, Disney, they all took big hit. Play is actually one of them in that industry. Look at $45 stock. Stock dropped down to $4. That's a pretty substantial hit right there. But anyway, stock made a little bit of pop on Friday. That one did pretty well too. All right, so let's go talk about what's moving this morning. Okay, so let's talk about the BOXL really quick. Okay, so BOXL. I just want to bring this up because some of you freak out and can't believe that this data is available to you. And once again, I tell you who really trained you. Okay, so this stock right here, we're looking at BOXL. You could see that there was a huge iceberg order right around $2. Okay, so the stock went from $1.75 to $2. Listen, cheap stock. And guess what? At 8:35 to roughly 9 o'clock, right around before 9, you know what? If you made 25 cents, you know what? $250. Where the hell are you going to make $250 in 30 minutes? Oh, I know where. Here, okay? Being a day trader. That's how you do it in pre-market. But how do you prepare for it? If you didn't know that big seller was out there, you know, and didn't have a game plan, which we saw all the time, that's how you get yourself in trouble. So that one actually moved pretty nicely. By the way, one thing that was pretty cool. What was the stock? Does everybody remember? What was the stock we traded on? Oh, Intel. Forgot to mention Intel. So Intel was a huge iceberg order. We made a lot of money. I made a lot of money on Intel. Okay. I rarely trade Intel at all. Okay. But, you know, for some of you in the cyber group room, how amazing and awesome was it when we saw this stock, you know, trading? And let me see if I can bring up a level 4. Okay. You can bring it right here. You see right here on the right, you see how there's like 200, one share, 25, you know, 1,000, 2,000. Everybody see that on the right over here on the level 3. Okay, so anyway, there were orders out there of 500,000. 500, not 50, not 5,000, 500. Huge resistance level. Stock was going up. And the stock just got taken out. And you know, I covered that on a Thursday's event, you know, in the open house here at CyberTradingu University. But even on a brand name stock, this one was like extremely odds. I told Josh to take some photographs of it because this is a pretty good example of using it for people to kind of understand it. But this stock was just like, it was like taking candy from a little kid. I mean, this thing was just perfect. And then I had a beginner student come in there, somebody, not even a student, a trial member, says, Fausto, I understand. Why don't you just hold on to it? They're like, well, that's not day trading. He goes, and you know what? If I did hold on to it, guess what? The stock came tanking down because when it got to another 500,000 share seller, it didn't want to break it. But that was an awesome, fun stock. I forgot to mention Intel. You know, so I want to kind of comment. People always look at it. Well, is it this? You only trade inexpensive stocks? No, I trade brand name stocks. If it's there, it's moving. Why not? Right? So anyway, that stock was doing pretty well. I got a couple of more that are moving also in pre-market. Okay, I don't know what happened with this stock. This AIMT got bought out. How do I know it got bought out? When you see a stock up 172% when it closed at 12 and it's at 34, right? So anyway, you could see right around 8:30, she kind of stopped right there, but she was pretty interesting because she did make a big move from like 33.90 to 34.30. It's like a 40-cent move right there. And, you know, kind of I was very skeptical on it, but she's holding here pretty flat. I'm curious to see what happens when she opens up. But this stock, I don't know. I mean, I don't know what the buyout price is. We got to look at the news, but the stock could still make a good move. And there was actually a few other buyouts too today. UTSI is another one we found this morning in pre-market. Here's a stock, had a big pop. It's flatline now. I'm bringing this up that this is stock's second protocol. Now, remember, cyber traders, remember when we were trading and I said, listen, this stock, obviously, there's nothing impressive about it, right? but we don't know if people are holding back orders till 9:30. We'll see what happens, opens up. So you might look at it right now that it's gapped up, but in pre-market from 7:30 this morning till now, it really hasn't gone anywhere. So we'll find out when it opens up if this is for real, because sometimes they hold stocks off. So sometimes you see me throw these stocks out there and, you might say, hey, why, it's not going anywhere now. But sometimes they do. Can's another one. I want to keep an eye on this one. Another stock that's up, gapped up. She backed off a little bit right now, so I don't know what happened right here. So I don't know. Maybe this could probably be a second protocol. Ken, you saying GameStop is moving too? GameStop it moved a little nicely. More of a. It wasn't really. I don't know if it's being a good day trade. It's been a pretty decent swing trade though. But and we could throw it on the protocol list. We could put it. It's only up 7%. Trades a lot of volume though. Almost 500,000 shares already trading pre-market. WKHS is another one that's moving this pre-market. Stock's up 7%. Doesn't sound like a lot, but the chart definitely looks a lot nicer than that. 8 to 8:30 had a really nice pop from $16.60 to $18. Another stock could make. Maybe people holding orders back. Maybe they filled them in. Maybe they want to see how many more are going to come in at 9:30. We'll find out, cyber traders, if you're in the trading room, see how that works out when it opens up. One other stock that actually did really well, I forgot to mention that we trade on Friday, that did really well was Kirkland. Kirkland, I did really well on Friday, and she did gap up. Let me just change the time frame so you can see what I'm talking about. So you could see that stock had a really nice pop at 2:30, and it kind of just went all the way to the close to around 780. Really nice move. She's also, she's up from Friday. So I don't know. We traded the stock not too long ago. Look, April went from $1 to $13. By the way, this is not the Kirkland brand of Costco. It's so funny. I don't know. Is it? Because someone tell me, because the logo looks exactly the same, but I know it's a store, because I see it in all the outlets and stuff. But it's, but the logo looks exactly like the Kirkland brand on Costco. I don't know what it is. Is it? Can anybody tell me? I don't know if anybody can answer that question for me. That's why it's nice to be, maybe you guys know more better than me. But anyway, stock, we did really well on it. Moved pretty nicely. Josh Fisher said Nestle's bought it out. Bought what out? The stock I just mentioned earlier was the AIMT. The AIMT at the buyout. There's the other one I was buying. Now you look at it longer. I don't know which one I told to buy out. You got a lot. Look, I like Nestle's. Everybody know who Nestle's is, by the way? Everybody familiar with Nestle's? Nestle's is one of the biggest conglomerates in the world. I think they're like huge $1 trillion company. I don't know. They're one of the largest in the world. They don't trade publicly here in the U.S. though. But Nestle's, I tell you guys this all the time. Anyone familiar with Skinny Cow ice cream? Anybody familiar with Skinny Cow? Skinny Cow ice cream. Anybody heard of it? Heard about it? It's YouTube. Okay. Laura, you did. Kathy, Jerry, you heard about it? Yep. That's right, Ken. So Skinny Cow my brother owned the company and sold to Nestle's. Nestle's bought my brother out. Great Cinderella story. Started working on my father's landscaping truck, delivering flying saucers. And then all of a sudden, well, not his truck, but his van. We were very, very poor back then. We were middle class, blue collar workers, first generation Italians. But great Cinderella story. Built it to $1 billion company within 5 years and sold to Nestle's because they were so ticked off at him because they couldn't compete against him. Could you imagine? Two guys basically started an ice cream company. Nestle's was so ticked off at them that they had to buy the company out. They tried to beat him and bury him, but they couldn't. It was all about the brand. But great, like I said, great Cinderella story. I'm going to actually probably have him come on here and do an interview with him. I think that's a pretty inspiration story about entrepreneurs, how they change all our lives, which, by the way, that's what we need probably in this world to kind of help us get us out of a lot of, probably a lot of the debt that we're in probably. You always got to focus on entrepreneurship, capitalism. GNW, another stock that's moving this morning. Nice little stock right here. Nice little push, 240 to about 360. Nice little trend. Backing off too. Once again, I don't know. Maybe when the stock opens up, we'll take off. Another one right here that popped up on our radar. This one, look, we already know about Rocket. That's right. That's about it. And I think that's about it. I don't mean, listen, it's Monday. Monday's not the greatest day, okay? Especially coming back from a weekend. So when we look over here, I mean, there's a couple of stocks here, but these are all garbage. I think this is another buyout. This one too right here, AKCA. I didn't put this on the watch list, though. Actually, maybe not. I mean, stock's moving again. I had it on, but then I took it off. I don't know why I took it off. I thought it was a buyout. I was watching it from 8 o'clock till now. It just made a pop. That's a pretty substantial pop right there. GME popped. Nah, got a big spread though, Ken. Big spread. All right. Anybody here on YouTube, Facebook Live? Anything I'm missing I did not call out? Anything out there? It's not a big list. Listen, understand something. I know we have a lot of people from out of the country, our friends in Canada. We got Australia, people in Europe, South America. It's going to be a really slow week. Okay. First of all, you got Labor Day that's coming up, which is the last day of summer here. So a lot of people, it's the last day of the pay period today, which I know a lot of people will want to blow up their August and screw around with their numbers. So, it's a catch-22 right now. Okay. So let's not get too cocky. Let's not get too greedy. I think a lot of things are going to make pops. Are going to probably happen sooner than later. The days are going to be shorter to day trade. They're not going to be longer. We only need about 30 minutes. If you made your money this morning, we tell you just go home and get out of here. There's no reason to do anything right now. But if there's, listen, the morning and the afternoons. And then I have people that come in here and they're like, well, I'm not a morning person or it's too early. It's okay. The afternoons did really well too. But let's not get too, it's all about being a team effort, work together. Somebody on YouTube wants me to just bring up the CRMD trade. It's backing off. I mean, it's really backing off. I didn't throw that on a watch list. It's up 2%. I don't know. It's got decent volume, but I don't know. I think as of right now, it looks probably garbage to me. Okay. All right. Peter from Switzerland. Don't forget to love those Swiss watch and the Swiss cheese. My wife's favorite. All right. Anything else out there? All right, guys. Jerry made about 21 cents on the CHNG. Really? All right. Way to go. I don't know where you got that from. That must have been an overnighter. All right, guys. So listen, we're going to be back here at 2:30 for the afternoon meeting. So listen, if you're new here to CyberTrade University, if you're watching this YouTube, Facebook Live, if you want to get into our trading, just click on the bottom. It's $9 stinking. That's all it is. Enjoy 1 week of live trading with webinars and trading room and talking to our staff. Make a little investment. If you're not happy, we'll give you $9 back at the end of the week. If you're new and you're starting your trial today, remember, guys, you have to talk to the education advisor. Let him explain to you what's going on. Watch the professionalism. Watch the traders in the room. Do not watch me, okay? Don't watch my instructors. We're going to go out there. We're going to, just read between the lines, okay? Just read between the lines, and you'll see it and watch, see if other people make money doing it because they could do it. You could do it, right? Good luck. We'll be back here at 2:30 on YouTube, Facebook Live. Cyber traders are going to start commentating live in about the next 5 minutes. Market opens in 5 minutes. So just be safe out there. All right, guys. Good luck today. Happy trading.